Hello. There goes my voice. Hello. Hold on. Hello. There we go. Third time's a charm. Am I right? Um. Today. Oh. Hey. I got more fan mail again. Um. And so I would have opened it yesterday, but I was spending time with my family, so instead I'm opening it today. Hopefully he comes on. If not, yeah, I'm trying to open it when he's on, but he hasn't been on when I've been opening it. So, we'll see if he gets on, but yeah, so I'll be opening those later. But anywho, today I had practice, and that was the smoothest run we've had by far. By far. Wow. English. So that was fun. And yeah. So oh, it was so smooth. And only a few hiccups, and nothing major. For me, most of my hiccups were because I was tripping on something, or like my foot would get clipped on something. Someone shut my heel in the door as I was going out the door. It was an accident. They didn't mean to. But other than that, got all my lines in. It was great. Yeah. So, other than that, yeah. And then I got to come home to tacos. Even better. So, and homemade taco stuff. Tacos are the best. Unless they're from a fast food taco place. Then not so much. My stomach don't like. They never agree. Ever. So. But I have another rehearsal tomorrow. And then Sunday is the first day of tech week. So that'll be great. Fun stuff. So what are you up to right now? What are y'all doing? I say y'all, but there's only one person on. Ooh, now there's two. Look at that. Watching YouTube. I wonder who you could be possibly watching. Oh, and then the other person left. I was really hoping it was Ashton, because that's the fan mail's from. Oh, he is on! Yay! I'm gonna be opening your fan mail. I was just talking about you. All good things, I promise, because I was talking about the fan mail. But yeah. So Ashton gave me this lovely art piece. This says "Have a Super Thanksgiving." It's very beautiful, very beautiful. And I'm gonna be opening this envelopes. He said that there is a surprise Marvel thing in here because I like Marvel. I have not opened this yet. The proof is that the seal is sealed. I promise. Oh, it's a little ornament. It's a Captain America ornament. Well, thank you, Ashton. That is one of my favorite heroes from the team Captain America. And he got me this super duper dog card. He put, "Hi, Glitter. I hope you're doing well. I wanted to write this fan letter to say thank you for helping me get through the hard times. Your videos are awesome, and other day I saw another video that made me giggle. To show you my gratitude, I've included a Captain America Christmas ornament. I hope you have a happy holidays. Thank you for everything you do. From Ashton." Super thanks. Thank you, Ashton. Appreciate the gift and the card and the drawing. It was very nice of you. I love his cape. I love the dog's cape. I just walked a dog. I just took the dog out, my grandmother's dog out to go to the bathroom, and I went to pick up her poop, and I had poop all over my hand. That was a lovely experience, she said with sarcasm and a smile on her face. I love walking dogs so much. So that was great. No more poop on the hands, I promise. I washed them. But yeah, I am so over dogs. Not this dog. This is an adorable dog on a piece of paper that I don't have to walk and let outside. This is an adorable puppy. He will be easy to care for. So, yeah. Okay, what are y'all's favorite kinds of dogs? If you could have a dog of any kind, what dog would you have? Golden Retriever. Nice, nice. My uncle had so many golden retrievers growing up, and the first one he had, he was walking it, and a guy tried to mug him, and the golden retriever bit the guy, and the guy took off because he was trying to take his wallet from him, and the dog managed to bite him before he could get a good grip on the wallet, and the guy ran off in the bushes and disappeared. And so then my uncle took him home, and at the time my cousin, who's a few years younger than me, was itty bitty little baby at the time and didn't really understand how to play with dogs and yet or whatnot. And I can't remember, he bit him on the nose or the ear. And so they had to put the dog down. That was the first one. And then I kept hearing like every golden retriever that he's ever owned or been in possession of has torn up their mattresses. And then the ones I knew were Jack and Jill, and they had them at the same time, and they were siblings, so they wanted to give them sibling names that would be funny and cute. And I don't ever remember what happened to them. No, but one did get hit by a car and passed away. I don't know what happened to the other one. Oh no, Ashton, you got in a little mess. Sorry, I just read that. Um, yeah, and then they now have Winston, and Winston is, um, he's an adorable puppers. But he also got hit by a car. He's still alive though. Like he survived the hit and was completely fine. Um, I had a long-haired dachshund growing up. She, when she'd sleep, she would, like she'd sleep with her eyes rolled in the back of her head, and you could see the whites of her eyes. It was like she would have them open so wide, um, and she'd snore like a pig. But yeah, oh, I'm sorry that you got hurt. Um, yeah, if I could pick a dog to have, see, I like the idea of having a big dog because I like the idea of being able to go jogging in the morning with a dog. So like, I wouldn't mind like a husky or like a German Shepherd. But I also like the idea of like a small lap dog. Like I love Cavalier Control Spaniels. I wouldn't mind having one of those. My dream dog, I always forget what they're called. I'm like obsessed with right now. Um, Bulldogs are fun. Um, they look like these. I don't know what kind of dog this is, but I want one because they're adorable. But then also comes with puppies comes messes, and with messes, yeah, comes the poop on hands. Gross. Um, so I don't know. I like the idea of having one of those someday. I wouldn't mind having a pet turtle either. I love turtles. Um, yeah. When it comes to uh pets, like in general, like I always talk about what kinds of pets I want someday. I love. I wouldn't mind being a dog mom again, just not right now, not here. Oh, that's what that's called. That's why I like it so much. It's got Australian in the name. Oh, you have one? I didn't know that. um, I knew you had a cat. It's funny. Um, yeah, I wouldn't mind getting one of those dogs or kinds of dogs someday. I also like the idea of owning a snake. I think those would be. It would be cool to have a pet snake and be able to show off a dead snake. Or not dead snake. I don't want a dead snake. I want to clarify. Do not want a dead snake. I want a live snake. I was trying to say big. Instead, it came out dead. I promise. It was terrible. No, I really would love like a large like corn snake or something. It would be to show off and be like, look at my big snake. Look at this thing. Or yeah, I would love to own turtles. I love the idea of owning a turtle. If I could have a turtle, I'd get a turtle and I name him Larry after Larry the cucumber. I definitely would want like a big, big snake, like a one that I could have like resting on my shoulders and being like, look at this guy. He's awesome. Aren't you jealous of my giant snake? Or wouldn't mind owning I wouldn't mind having like rabbits, obviously. You have to be careful about where I kept them. If I had a snake. Have you seen pocket pets? The like little flying mice that you can fit in your pocket. They're called pocket pets. Let's see if I can find a picture of a pocket pet. They're so cute. Would I want one? No, but they're really cute. I think they're sugar gliders, and I think they're also known as pocket pets. Let's see if I can find pocket pets. You look like this little guy. Look at how cute he looks. See if I can find a better picture of its wingspan. Oh, glider span. I don't know. I got to hold one at a fair, like a farm and fleet kind of fair, like a county fair. Excuse me. It was so adorable. But then I was like, I wouldn't want to keep it in my pocket because what if it pees or poops in my pocket? No, I wouldn't want it in my pocket. I can't find a picture of it with its things open. Oh well. But oh, he's so soft and just dainty. I would never, if pets, I would never want to own. I would never want to own a bird. I will never own another bird. Have I owned a bird? Or own? Have I had a? I've had a bird. I've had 10 birds. I had 8 chickens. 6 chickens. Sorry. 6 roosters, 4 chickens, and I hated that. They just poop everywhere. Though I have so many stories with these chickens. So of course, we were told not to name them. My brother and I. Did we name them? Yes. Yes, we did. So let me see if I can remember all their names. So, my brother and I both each named 5. Mine were Audrey, and then I had no, but I did have one named Chili, and no, not because I was thinking of chicken chili. I just like the name Chili, like cold, like chili, not like the food chili. And I didn't think of it until after I'd already named the stinking chicken. Okay, so we had Audrey, we had Chili, we had Izzy, Debbie, and we had Snowflake. No, did not name any of them, did I? And my brothers were Peep. Then we had Mama. She became Papa. Because we didn't know it was a rooster. And then Star. I don't remember the other 2's names. That's okay. Those ones aren't the important two, because the other ones were the ones that actually had stories. So, um, Audrey, uh, well, I was actually Alex, and he would run like that, and like he just didn't really fit. Hold on. He didn't really fit in with the other chickens and roosters, so he was always the last one to catch up, and he'd run all the way down the hill to catch up to them. And then we had, let's see, um, so when we got them as chicks. So you can't tell the gender of any of them when they're chicks. So the one that my brother named, that was Star, he was the runt, or the littlest chick of the bunch, and um, well, he wasn't doing too great when we first got him. Like the other chickens were picking on him, and or all the chicks were picking on him and not letting him eat his food, and so he just wasn't growing properly and as well as he should be. And so um, we separated him with Snowflake, because Snowflake was the biggest chicken, or the biggest chick of the bunch, but she was also the calmest, and just like she was always trying to push Star to get to get food, and like he's a chick too, he needs to eat. And so we decided to separate the two and put them in their own compartment, well, when we were heating or growing them under a red lamp to get them to where they could be outside. And finally nurtured him to where he was well enough to be with the other chickens. And of course, you can't tell, like I said, what gender they are until they grow. Yeah, Snowflake had like a little snowflake shaped spot on her forehead, so that's how she got her name. Um, and she was just she was the sweetest of the bunch. Um, and she, yeah, she was, she really helped Star get to where where he needed to be, and then, and Chili, he turned out to be the biggest um, of the bunch eventually. I mean, Snowflake started out as the biggest, but Chili grew and was probably like this big of a like just around, and from tail to beak, and he was very very aggressive. Um, and he and Star, like I said, was the runt, and he was also the smallest, not just of the roosters, but of the chickens in general. And they would fight all the stinking time. And you didn't want to be, it got to the point where you didn't want to be outside, because they would tussle. And, um, like how a child, when after a child's born, it sees their mom and it knows that it's their mom, and they like once they start crawling, they're gonna go, like they're gonna go to the mom, like, oh, mom's here, boom, that's kind of how a chicken brain works. Boom, to the mom, going to the mom. And well, they would fight their way to get to, well, any of us who cared for them, like it just. And so the minute you stepped outside, they tussle each other, and then they tussle you because they were just tussling each other, so you'd end up in the middle of it all. So uh, yeah, it got so bad that Chili tore Star's crown. And if you don't know what the crown is, it's the red part of a rooster, that the rubbery, skinny, flappy part that flops up on the top of their head. and basically he tore it. And Star was a white rooster, and so it like dyed his feathers red. So like had his own dye job, and um, he looked like a maniac rooster. Like he looked scary. um, and they just would fight over the chickens because they were the males. They wanted dominance. So, let's see. Who else did I have? Um, I already said Mama, who turned out to be Papa. I already talked about Audrey slash Alex. Um, oh, um, Peep. Peep, uh, she was one of the sweet hens. She'd come up, she'd nuzzle, but she was also very skittish. So I was like, okay, too much love. She definitely get that mentality. Um, and um, well, she one day we were out of the house and she got out of the coop. Somehow I'm not sure if it was left open or what. I just know that she got out, and we had a big pool that was I don't know, it was probably like 4 feet deep above ground, and uh no, maybe even less than that, maybe like three and a half. 1 second. Oh, lost it. Nope. Oh, boo. I hate when I lose a sneeze. um and she had tried to jump up on the ladder of the pool, and her um, foot got caught and her head went under, and so she was bobbing up and down. And so when we got home, she was just kind of laying there. And we don't think it was for very long because my mom pulled her out. And then my mom was like, "What do I do? What do I do? I've never done this before." So she was looking up videos, and then I got the pleasure of watching her give CPR to a chicken. Yes, that is a thing. CPR on a chicken. So, yeah, that was an experience. I can never unsee that. That was so interesting. It was very, very bizarre. I watched her give compressions and give mouth to beak. Mouth to beak? Yeah, I can't really unsee that. Um, yeah. So, um, and so like I said, 6 of them turned out to be roosters. 4 of them were chickens. When we got them, the initial idea was get 10 chickens. Oh yeah, she lived. She lived. Not for very long, because let's just say the coop door, someone didn't close it, and I'm not going to name names because it's not going to be anyone you guys know, but it's also not going to be. I don't want to make it sound like it's just not really my place to say who left the door open. So someone left the door open. A lot of the chickens got out, and we had really bad coyotes in the area, so a lot of them were attacked by coyotes, unfortunately. Well, at least the 4 chickens were. The 6 roosters, on the other hand, my poor uncle is scarred for life. He was in the military, and he had really bad PTSD. Now, when we found out that 6 of them were roosters, and it got to a point where the roosters were so aggressive that we kept them in the backyard, and that's where the us kids would play. We'd go outside in the backyard. We'd jump on the trampoline, go in the pool, and we just that was our time. We or that was our that and that was our place. And it just got to a point where we couldn't be outside and not get tussled by the roosters. And we were getting pecked at. They would claw at us with their little feet. And it just wasn't ideal. And the roosters, we didn't want the roosters to mate with the hens. As soon as we found out that the hens were starting to lay eggs and things, we're like, we don't want them to fertilize. We don't want to have more than we already have. The idea was 10 chickens, 4 eggs. We were told these would be chickens. We didn't know that you couldn't tell the gender right away. Um, and so what we did was we had my uncle come over. We asked him, can you, you know, take care of these for us? If you know what I mean. And let's just say my poor uncle, it involved a tarp, dull pocket knife, which he didn't know was dull, a rope, a crowbar, and a bat. And my poor uncle, afterwards, he goes, I am scarred for life. I am never doing this ever again. And I will never look at chicken the same ever again. So, um, and of course, rooster meat is not the same as like chicken meat. Yes, a crowbar. I don't know where he found it. Like, I don't know where it came from. I don't even know. I know that I don't have it. I don't know what ever happened to this crowbar. But um yeah, he's scarred. He's scarred for life. Um but yeah, rooster meat it isn't the same as chicken meat. Like, it has a completely different taste, a completely different texture when you cook it. And so you can't really, and it's not like it's not great. It's not the best meat. So it's not like the most appealing meat for people to want. So my uncle's like, what do you want to do with them? We could cook them. And we're all like, no, it's not worth it. Oh, no. We look back on it. It's more of comedic. Like, we laugh at it now. It was, I mean, obviously, sure, it was sad, but at the time, but we mostly look back and think, oh, my poor uncle. And it's just funny. Like, we laugh at the whole story now. My whole family does, because it just was bizarre. Like, he goes, I started doing it with the knife, and it just wasn't working. I couldn't. It wasn't. Ah. And then he goes, so I had to get rid of that, and so I started whacking it with a crowbar. And that wasn't working. So I grabbed the metal bat. Yes. So, um, yeah. But no, chickens are constantly pooping, like constantly. So we had little diarrhea piles all over the backyard. So none of us wanted to go in the backyard. Um, I think it was just the nearest thing he had, like the closest thing he had to him. So he just was like, oh, I'll just use that. I don't think it was um like his first initial thought was, oh, you know what, pocket knife's not working, I'm gonna use a crowbar. Like, I don't think it was like that. I think it was more, what do I have, what's near me, there is a crowbar, that'll work. I think, I don't know, I've never done this before. Like, you know, it just, no one ever thinks of those kinds of things in the moment. I don't think it was like his first, I like his first initial idea was to use a crowbar. I think it just was there. So, um, yeah. Will I ever own chickens or roosters? Probably not. No, never again. Um, I also knew a lady who owned a parrot or a parrot. It mimicked. It wasn't like it could like repeat a full on sentence. It was more like it could mimic your laughter. So if this bird heard you laugh, it would like it sounded like a dolphin. Really. Sure. Go ahead, Ashton. I'll keep talking while you write out the question, your question. Um. So. Yeah. And then if you touch certain like spots on the cage, it would follow your finger to that part of the cage. So like, oh, I'm gonna touch here. It would come up to your finger and start pecking to try to peck through the bars to try to peck your finger. But it smelled so bad. Um, and it just birds smell. I I just don't think I could ever own a bird. Hello, whoever joined us. I see that there's another person who just joined. We're talking about pets. Um, and pets I would never own. And feel free to shoot any comments regarding pets right now. We're talking about pets. Uh, yeah, so I would never own a bird. The only other, I wouldn't also want to own like a hamster or like a guinea pig. Not that I think that those are terrible pets to have. I just, I pet sat for one, and it kept us up throughout the night chewing cardboard, and it's just when you hear the sound all through the night and you're not used to it, it was just click 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 all night. Celebrating your YouTube anniversary. Um, hmm, I don't know. Um, a lot of YouTubers that I watch eat like cake or something. Um, and do like do different kinds of cakes. Um, I don't know. Uh, you could do some. I know like people like to do weird things on their channels. I'm pretty standard. I haven't actually done really anything weird or bizarre apart from trying those sour candies on here. So you do whatever you think would be really interesting or exciting or fun to do. It's all up to you. Um, what other pet stories? Oh, I had fish growing up. Um, I had goldfish. Uh, the first fish I owned was like this pink. I don't know my fish. I'm not gonna lie. You could do like a chocolate cake video. And put how many subscribers you have up till that point or whatever. I don't know. Um, decorate it in sprinkles. Yeah, I think that yeah. So I had a pink fish growing up. Or my try that again. I had pink fish when I was like 7, and we had windstorms all the time growing up in my neighborhood, and we had trees that were like toothpicks, so just blow in the wind. I know. I don't. I hate sprinkles. so much, and I just said sprinkles. Oh, what am I thinking? No, don't use sprinkles, Ashton. I take it back. Decorate it with um chocolate pieces. M&Ms. Use M&Ms to decorate it. Where was I? Yeah, so we had windstorms all the time, and the trees would just blow like this, and they didn't have really any roots, so a lot of the time they would just fall. Um, and well, when I say they would sway, it was more like you'd watch them, and you like, my brother and I would place or make guesses on which tree would fall next. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, um, we because we had these trees that would just fall randomly all the time. The trees would land on the power lines. Kind of talked about that in my one video a while ago where um, I told my Alvin and the Chipmunk story. And I don't know if I shared that on here. Either way, so the tree, we had a tree fall down on a power line during a snowstorm, and we lost all power in the house. Um, and we all had to go to the same uncle that we gave the job of chicken uh the chicken job to. Yeah, that uncle. We went to his place and my aunt's place, and spent time with their kids. And well, of course I didn't bring the fish with me because I was like, oh, we'll only be gone one night, it'll be fine. um so we went over, and the snow just kept coming down and down, and the temperatures just kept dropping. And yeah, me neither. I am okay without snow. I would prefer a nice um, lawn chair, like, or beach chair, on the beach, nice warm sand, like lemonade in my hand or something. Boba, a boba lemonade, um, with strawberry popping boba. Perfect. That would be amazing. Actually, that sounds great right now. Florida, I am so jealous right now. If you have sun, we don't. Anyway, so um, the next morning, before my brother or I woke up, my folks went down to the house to check on everything, see if anything was on, grab some clothes. The power wasn't back on, so we're gonna have to stay another night. And my aunt and uncle, they just had like they have had a backup generator because the nursing home was right around the corner, so the nursing home had to have a backup generator because they were really reliant on it for their tenants. So but when they got back, it's about the time my brother and I were waking up, and my mom, she goes, can I pull you aside just for a minute? Just a minute. And I goes, yeah, Mom, what's up? And she goes, I'm sorry to tell you this, but how do I put this? Your fish froze in its fishbowl and it's dead. So, yeah, that was the death of Pinky. Long live Pinky. Rip Pinky. Poor Pinky. Yeah, that was my first. Well, my first personal fish. The first fish we technically owned was a blue fish, and that one was dropped on the floor. Not my fault, but I did watch it happen. um, After that, um, I had a carnival party where we gave out. Ah, it's okay. Pinky, she lived a good long week and a half. uh, so after that, 10th birthday rolled around, and we did a carnival themed birthday party for me. And for prizes for the carnival games, we gave out live goldfish. And at the very end of the party, we had 7 left over, so my brother got 3 and I had 4. I had 2 orange ones, and then I had an orange one with a little white nose, and then I had a completely white one. I don't remember the orange one's names are, but the one with the white nose I called Pearl, and then the white one, I'll get to his name in a minute because I didn't name him till later. I didn't know what I wanted to call him. So, after the party, school started. I had a party over the weekend, so I had to go back to school. I don't know, Ashton. So I went to school that next Monday, and got on the bus, drove down, did my whole day's worth, got home, got the bus. My mom pulls me aside and she goes, "I am so sorry, but one of your fish is dead." Or one of your fish died while you were at school. Don't know how it happened, not sure if if something went wrong, I don't know. She goes, "Did you overfeed it? Did you do it?" And I was like, no, I fed it only 1 pinch of food like you're supposed to, like it says on the package. I didn't do anything else. I haven't done anything to it. And my mom goes, "Oh, okay, well, I'm not sure how it happened, but I'm sorry." And I was like, I was, I was sad at first. Then the second day came along, or the next day came along, did my same routine. I got on the bus, went to school, did my whole day's worth, got home, got off the bus, walked inside after getting the mail, did my routine, and my mom pulls me aside and she goes, "Another one of your fish was dead today. I'm not sure how it happened. I don't know." I was like, "What? Another one? This is like, I just caught these things." Like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, And I hadn't gotten that far yet. Skipping ahead. So that one, yeah, she was like, "I gave it a royal flush, just like the first." And so I was like, "Okay." So the third day, I got on the bus and did my whole day's worth. And I got home. Mom pulls me aside and she goes, "I am so sorry, but Pearl is dead." And I was like, "Pearl? Not Pearl." I was really sad about Pearl. Pearl was the one that was like, it was the hardest of the 4 to lose, because I was like, Pearl. She's a really pretty fish. And oh, no, it's okay. This was years ago. I was 10. It was a fish. I could get another one for $1 at the pet store. It's fine. So my mom goes, I figured it out. I know how they're dying. well, I know how they were dying. And I go, what do you mean? And she goes, well, Pearl was only half in the bowl. The rest of her was not there anymore. And the white fish was definitely enjoying himself. um, and that's how I found out that the white one was eating the other fish. And um, so I was like, I know what to call you now, and I'm not sure I really want